As we come in for session 35 of our campaign, The Adventures Within Feylin,
Hi,
we have
Silent.
started.
Oh my god, that was loud.
The
Sorry about
party
that.
is making their way back down to Eelry, a location where everything originally
Pirate
started,
mommy? Vampire mommy.
where everyone
Correction.
originally went
I
to and
had
met
a
up.
interesting day. I
We'll do our session recap.
created my first model.
At the start of last episode, the
Are
party
you watching a YouTube video?
was
Nope.
just outside of Padstow,
That's...
where we stopped for a small amount of time.
It's the Foundry music.
Deciding to not stay in Padstow for long, the party opted out from renting a room or several and decided to keep on the path toward Eelry to make their travel a little quicker, to shorten the days in between them and the Caribouche chasms, making sure to get there quickly without delaying themselves as much as possible. Within Padstow, the party ordered food at the tavern and drink, something to ease themselves for the next
You can hear
several
people
hours
talking?
of travel ahead of them.
I would hope so.
Upon
That's
talking
pause.
amongst
We're in
themselves, it was
D&D.
heard that they needed coin, and further mentioned of a bounty that was given out throughout the land via the people within the Twilight Fort to anyone and everyone who is a capable fighter to aid them against the forces that have appeared at the Caribouche Chasms. Now, with more of a headstrong duty toward getting to the Caribouche quickly, and this time with a reward in mind, whether or not that is the reason to quicken a pace or not, regardless, there is now another reason to head there, even quicker than before. On their first night after leaving Padstow and camping by the roadside, it seems normal at first. But within the night, Allison had noticed some strange lights hanging around two of the tents, three of the tents, within the night. Not thinking too much of it, because nothing bad had happened. The rest of the watch went on with little to no issue. But once the morning came, only
Oh,
a few
okay. Oh, sounds good.
party members
It's like
woke up,
scrolling through a bunch of settings.
whilst the others stayed in a much deeper slumber, unable to be awoken normally. Raylith had taken it upon himself to test a few things, and decided to slap his party members awake. With the sudden impact of his hand, it seemed to be effective upon the first one that he attempted it on. So, with that in mind, he attempted it on the other two as well. When he did so with doubt, a Eldritch Blast had been fired. Two of them.
Now you're fine, Silence. All good.
In Raylith's direction upon his awakening. One of them being deflected by an arcane deflection, whilst the other impacted Raylith's chest. Not wounding him severely, but hitting him regardless. No hard feelings held due to the awakening that had to happen. The party continued on with that and discussed what may have happened. Allison telling the party about the lights they had seen and the potential Fey kin within the night.
This music's really intense.
The party continued their travel further toward Eelry, traveling as far as they could within the day. With the help of the wind, they were able to travel slightly further than normal, making the cart lighter on the horses. That night, further into the woods, getting a little bit off the road in case of unwanted visitors or any other Fey trickery that may be afoot. Ulrich wanted to look more into the object that had been acquired several nights before. The weird thing that was gathered in the dream. Upon his inspection, he discovered strange writing and symbolisms that were akin to one of the devils he had learned about in the past in the histories within Cock. A book related to devils and demons of hell. Upon learning this, he figured out the name of the devil as well, further giving insight to what may be ascertaining them in the future. Knowing he and them, others in his party, have gathered the watch of this particular devil who seems to like to play games. Perhaps the party is now part of a longer game he wishes to play. Or perhaps it was him simply passing the time. Or maybe both. During this same night, as the watches were going on, during Raylith's watch, a unexpected visitor came through the camp. Not appearing to be hiding from sight or attempting to sneak or anything of the sort, they made themselves known by making enough noise to be heard so that they do not appear to be threatening in any way. As they came more closer to Raylith and he could properly see them, he could see a woman keeping their hands away from their blades and any weaponry that she had on them. Raylith used magic to awaken the others, I believe. Or was it an item?
Signal whistle.
Signal whistle. To alert the others and awaken them to potential problem that may be arising within the camp. After everyone had awoken, there were some questions laid out. But before the questions could be answered, Raylith asked the woman to lay down their arms so that the party may be safe from any attack that might be surprising in a way. She very quickly, and without reluctance, de-armed herself and even stepped slightly away from her weapons, showing she meant no harm and was merely there to ask for a favor and for their help. It was strange what she asked for, finding out that this woman, as she was talking, had fangs. This woman being what she is called a vampire. With further inspection, it seemed she needed help getting blood. She seemed to be asking the party for donation rather than taking it by force. It seems she has said she's the type to not take from someone and rather request it. And if no one would be willing, she had made the offer of leaving with no issues. Leaving as soon as someone told her to do so. Upon further investigation into this lady who had appeared in your camp, you had learned of the name Akasha. And with even further investigation, learned that she may have been one of the original elves to grace this continent and to help build the embassy at Shadowray, a location to which she was heading. But currently being lost and traveling. The offer was made for her to travel along with the party to Shadowray. A long distance away, the offer was made regardless. She, at first, was reluctant, as she could tell some of the party were a little on edge around her, being Ulrich, who was ritually casting holy water to defend himself and his party. After a small bit of agreeance, or rather, non-deniance from some of the party, it was decided she would stick along with the party at least until Kael'Kir, when you would split off toward Hadley and her toward Antwerp. And maybe with the potential to meet up again in the larger city before heading towards Shadowray. After that, the party had given her enough blood to satisfy her for a little while, each being willing enough to give just a small amount. All but Ulrich and Leo. And after that, the party slept and even created a small tent over their cart for her, so that she does not burn in the sun. And with that, we come into our next session, where we'll be continuing our travels to Yildirim. If there are any questions or anything else you wish to have said, please let me know now. Woman. Yes. Woman. Let me just confirm one thing real quick, and then we'll head over to the main map. I was just confirming where we left off last session. We did indeed leave off in the camp, so we will start on the main map during travel. I will bring everyone over to the main map now. Now my question is, I presume everyone would like to travel as far as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get into the voice and it's killing me.
Understood. Well, don't kill your voice too much. Once everyone is in here, we will start up. Just waiting on lowdown, I believe. Alrighty. Is everyone loaded in?
We look like a funky little die.
You do indeed. That is the party's current token, because the party does not have a name, so it is a question mark.
The Astral Drifters.
No.
Yes.
That. Say yes. God.
I do it just to spite Xena because she hates the fact that we're called
You
Uwad.
actually went with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She
yeah.
kept saying Uwad the other day.
She was joking when she was suggesting the name. She said it as a joke, and we took it seriously.
Well, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing she could do about it now. Alrighty. We are traveling full now. 10. Here. Alrighty. Now, as you all begin to travel, a good amount of the day has passed by. You've been traveling and traveling and traveling for the past few days now. It's the same sights you've seen before. The trees, the rocks, some of it seems very familiar. But ahead of you, you can see, before you quite reach the outer skirts here, you see a tree felled across the road. It is blocking your path, and on each side, large brush blocks vision from anything off to the side that might be there. There is a large tree blocking your path directly.
Well,
Hmm.
this is a shitty ambush.
It's very obvious, yes.
Yeah. Like, who could be
Cast your mage
creative?
armor.
Yeah, I felt cracking. Look at mage armor.
Everyone else, just to be safe, prepare for the poor brigands to come running out of the bush.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
There's no way this is an ambush. I think we should all let our guards down.
Hey, I can see my dice effect works. Even with disadvantage.
Okay, Raylith, as you look, you presume this looks exactly like what an ambush would. There's brush to the side. There's could be people sitting inside the brush or just behind it. There's perfectly placed tree. Yeah, this looks like an ambush. For the others, as you look, you don't see anyone. You don't see any moved brush, no broken branches near the brush, no foot traffic. Perhaps they're doing better at hiding than you believe, but Ashia and Doubt, you notice there's no foot traffic at all. As you inspect further, you don't see footprints. You don't see any amount of grass laying except for around the tree. Almost looks as if the tree fell naturally. What would you all
So,
like to do?
should I, light the bush on fire? Let them run out.
No, there's no point. There's no one
Don't
there.
set the
We're just
forest
gonna-
on fire.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, well, sorry, I should probably ask. Pause, is the bush that's next to the tree on both sides, is it connected to more from there?
It is. You are still within the forest.
Okay, yeah, understood then. Yeah, maybe not. I'm not gonna pull a Malvara.
Who?
Psychopath, don't worry about it.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
she set the whole farm
arsonist.
on fire.
Yeah, she did.
Mm.
You remember that whole thing of us going around and getting wood and stuff like that? Yeah, it's because of her.
Yeah.
Oh, that literal dumbass.
Yes. Is there a way around, or do we have to go through?
Would
Hey,
you
I'll
like
show
to
you
inspect?
until you help me move a tree.
Move a tree. Do you know how heavy trees are?
She can go big.
I'm big.
Okay. Well, I guess let's go move a tree.
Understood.
Can I cast guidance on this?
You can indeed, because this should be something that is done within a minute.
There you go. Apply active effects, Ava.
Ow.
Click apply active effects.
Doesn't have anything on there.
Oh, does it not?
No, it's kind of
Oh.
broken.
I
There's
believe
one
it
before.
might be due to the fact that her token is not on the
The map.
Yeah.
map.
I mean, I can see apply active effects, but
Yeah, I think it's because you're clicked on.
Yeah.
The,
mm-hmm. Well, it's just 1d4, so yeah.
It's an ability check.
Okay.
it is
Oh,
indeed.
it is. Yeah.
It would
Ability
be a
check,
Strength ability check.
and then situational add 1d4.
And then
No, well, you didn't do it, but
I did
Just add a d4.
18.
With an 18. As you watch as Ashia jumps off the cart and kind of prepares herself. Ashia, how do you go about getting bigger? Do you say anything? Do you do anything?
She just starts walking up to it and is growing.
Understood. As Ashia jumps off the cart and starts to maneuver her way around a bit of brush and in toward the tree, you watch as Ashia's size grows from a small, tallish goblin to a much larger sized goblin, taller than any of you by far. As she moves over and begins to lift one side of the tree, you watch as she does it not quite effortlessly, but she picks it up from one end and kind of starts to move it on an axis off the front of the road and more to the side, just kind of throwing it forward as it lays to the side of the road now. And as you can clearly see, this was not an ambush, just the unfortunate laying of a tree that was felled.
Yeah.
Perhaps ever so naturally.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice work.
I try. Now I have to wait.
Oh,
I can't get back in the cart.
how long does that last for?
It's in a minute.
Oh, it shouldn't be too long now.
And as that was said, you watch as the rather large goblin starts to shrink down into a smaller size and becomes the Ashia you know.
Very well.
She just scribbles in there. Okay, we can continue.
And as it's said, and you all continue for the rest of your journey, the extra 10 miles. Further traveling down the road towards Eelury. Give me just a moment to fix something. So fix my issue. There we go. Now, with the more open area, you understand that you will either have to dip off to the left to camp further in the woods, or camp in a more open section just off the road. What is the party's decision?
First, it gives us more cover, but it also gives other things options to sneak up on us. I say we go towards the cherries, but I guess that's what everyone else is thinking.
Seems like Raylith casts his vote for the open area, down toward the trees.
Yeah. Doubt. I guess we're going in the trees. Unless Leo.
Oh, has
Leo!
an opinion?
What?
Do you have an opinion?
My opinion is your opinion.
Please, it
What
is.
the
Then.
fuck?
It seems as though it has been decided. Yep, rather in the trees. Would you like to go far in or just on the edge?
Just the edge.
Living on the edge. I don't know. Maybe. I'm dying.
I had to get a certain couple people's tokens back on here. There you are.
I can see.
Seems as though the others have already found their way to their tents after setting them up.
I'll take a wash.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, I'll take second. Hammer.
So either I take first watch or no watch, because these drugs are crazy, man.
I don't think Leo ever cares to take a watch.
That's why I said I take first for.
Me.
Damned cat.
So, doubt me, Raylith. Okay, understood.
As the decision is made, I'll make your way to your tents and camp for the night. Prepping your things and laying out your beds to rest. Okay. Don't.
Mm.
As you begin your watch, you look out to the sky as it's a lightly clouded night. You notice that the moon has been peeking every now and then. Seems relaxing. You noticed Akasha had made her home in one of the trees just over here. You can see that she puts herself there to prepare for the night and just keep an eye out. As you look over at her for a moment, she stares back and quickly makes a gesture toward your bag. What do you do?
I will tilt his head to the side and pick it up.
As you go to look at your bag down, just laid nearby, you notice there's a small animal halfway into your bag.
Why does this always fucking happen?
As you kind of hear the sound of coins rattling. And as you make the sound, it quickly retreats out of the bag. And from what you can see, it has a few of your coins in its mouth.
I snatch it.
As it starts to back away.
Try and snatch it. Motherfucker, come here.
Go ahead and roll dexterity.
Straight up dex.
Straight up dex, see how quick you can be. With a 16, as you quickly reach out to grab it, as the animal was backing away slowly, with the fact that it wasn't running, you were able to catch it quite easily as you grab a hold of it, and it drops the coins out of its mouth. But you can see it rearing as if preparing to bite. What do you do?
He will gently toss it a little bit away. Not like... How big is this creature?
A little bigger than your forearm.
Is it got 2 legs or just 4?
It has 4.
He will toss it like how you know how you toss a cat.
Basically like the size of a badger.
You know how you like toss a cat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll gently toss it.
As you toss the creature, it lands on its feet, kind of stares at you, and gives a small hiss.
Yeah.
As it attempts to move closer, almost reaching toward the coins.
He's gonna pick him up.
As you pick them up, the creature kind of scatters, realizing it has lost its trophy.
What the fuck is that?
It almost looks similar to a raccoon. but it seemed as though it wasn't after your food, it was after a prize, per se. But after that had happened, you don't notice anything else for the night. It seems rather quiet, and it seems as though not much else is happening. And your watch comes to an end.
Before it ends and after he's sat down, he will look over at what's her name again?
Akasha.
Akasha, and telepathically just say thank you.
She just kind of nod her head.
Asha. Hello.
Have a fun watch.
Yes.
It's kind of sad. I forgot she was there because her token wasn't there. So I forgot that I would have given her my tent again. I totally forgot.
If you want that to still be a thing, you could have. I think she would have just offered for this night to stay out since it was a nicer night.
Fair. Okay.
But if you wish to offer it again the next night, you can.
Yeah.
Let me see. For some reason my chat's not updating properly, but that's fine. Okay. That's you. Before we continue, Arturo, please roll me 3D 100s. $12, 94, 52. Got it. I needed the 12. Okay.
Another blizzard. Let's go.
Oh, dear God, no.
It's autumn, so if only. I actually need to check how many days are left. There are only 15 days left of autumn, guys. Look at you go.
Hey, fucking yo.
No, not look at
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
At least it's
Keep
not
it.
3 days of autumn.
Wait. As you
There's
continue,
104 days.
as you
Summer
start your
vacation.
watch, Ashley, you look out to the sky, and the light cloudiness has
Autumn is
begun
winter
to
here, apparently
become
so.
a bit
I don't want to be
more
winter.
cloudy. You notice there's less sky to see. As you continue the watch near the fire and the warmth,
I need spring or autumn. It's my two seasons I like.
sprinkle something gently hitting your arm. As you inspect it, it seems as though it's going to begin raining soon. What would you like to do?
Blanket. And just cover it fully over my hat. And myself. Yes.
Understood.
I am in a blanket burrito, kinda. Maybe. Just a little.
As you prepare yourself in your blanket burrito, covering your hat and yourself to prevent yourself from getting wet and potentially cold, you notice that the clouds have finished covering the sky and the rain slowly starting. It's starting as a slow mist. Seems it won't be raining hard on you. But with that, your watch has come to an end as you grow more and more tired. The day begins to come closer.
And it's a sprinkling mist thingy out here. You may want your blanket.
Yeah, I grabbed it.
Okay.
As she opened the door, you could smell in the air the amount of rain coming. As you step out, it is misting. It's not quite a rain, but Only a sprinkle, though.
I keep wanting to call her Alfira. What's her name?
Akasha.
Akasha. Does she look like she's covered?
She looks as though she is covered for the most part by the tree above her.
I mean, like as in, because I mean, eventually the rain does go through and start to drip through leaves. So I meant,
She is in her cloak, so she, for the most part, is covered, yes.
okay.
As you begin your watch, you notice that the rain is coming down harder and harder, but never truly too bad. It doesn't seem like it's going to storm heavily, just a bit of rain for the day. You watch as the fire kind of starts trickling a bit, and you hear the sound of water hitting heat. And you watch as the fire slowly begins to go out as it rains more and more. And eventually, if nothing is done, the fire will put itself out. And you'll be left in the dark.
My wizard hat recharges. That's what I don't have in my inventory. My goddamn wizard hat. I knew I was missing one fucking item.
Understood. I will have to remake it, I believe.
I think so, yeah, because I don't think it's a... Oh no, hat of wizardry. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Attune, put on. You can't use this property until you finish a long rest. Technically, did I already long rest since I'm the last watch?
Yes, you would have
Okay.
already long rested.
I'm not gonna use it.
Because you only need 4 hours. So
yeah.
the other two would have had 2
6,
hours. So
technically.
yes, you'd be fine.
I am going to well, because I haven't... Yeah, he'll just let it go out. Sit there with his blanket over.
Understood. As the fire goes out for the night, you sit in the darkness. The sound of the crackling fire is no longer there, but you do get to enjoy a different sound you don't normally get to enjoy. It's the sound of the forest at night. The sound of crickets and the like just making noise deep within. And it's rather peaceful, even with the sound of the rain. You can just hear the rain hitting leaves. It's rather calming. And your watch will proceed with no issues, as you keep a watchful eye on the road and the light.
During my watch?
Mm-hmm.
During my sleep, I changed out shocking grass for mending. During the long rest at some point, I will go over to Doubt's tent and mend the holes from the Eldritch Blast I went through. Or the hole one.
I actually had forgotten about that. That is a good point. Doubt, when you had gone down for rest, you had remembered about the hole. Did you do anything to it? For the time?
Too high.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything he could do.
Understood. Well, lucky for you, these are bottomless tents. Would he have laid under the hole or stayed on the opposite side?
He just stayed on the opposite side from the hole.
Okay. Well, good to know. Well, as your watch comes to an end, Raelith, you notice the sun begins to rise, but the clouds do not disperse. It's merely getting lighter in this surrounding area. And the rain does not seem to be stopping. But it's just a light trickle. Luckily, it seems as though your new traveling companion will have no issues today with the sun. But it does mean the potential for everyone to get wet. Unless someone sets up a tent atop the wagon for the day. As the sun rises, those that wish may begin to awaken from their slumber. Now, as you woke up, you saw the rain dripping into your tent.
Well, I mean, it
Since the
would have.
constant
I mended it, remember?
Oh, you mended it immediately. Okay.
Oh yeah, I meant during my watch he would have mended it.
Okay. So, doubt what you would have seen is wet grass within your tent, but the hole is gone.
At least I didn't get wet.
Unless you step outside, you do notice you're starting to get wet.
Ah, fuck. Well, at least it's not cold.
It still seems rather calming in some of the rain. Those that are still resting in their tent, you can hear the rain hitting the top and kind of running its way down. It's rather peaceful morning, but you did hear some voices from outside your tents. It seems as though doubt has awoken, and Raylith is more than likely still awake from their watch they had taken.
Well, good morning.
I'm lying.
Let's wake up Leo.
You just walk up to the tent, I'm sure that Ulrich's alarm spell will go off. He'll probably shoot awake and wake Leo up. That's up to
As
pause.
you step toward the tent, Ulrich will blast awake. Who's that?
Okay, you're awake. Good. Wake up Leo.
Leo just rolls off the bed and goes back to sleep.
That sounds like a Leo thing to do. Come on, Leo. Time to pack up the tent.
But it's raining outside.
Well, the sooner we get to Eelry, the sooner the better.
You're right.
Allison is seemingly already awake, preparing her things for the travel.
She's gonna do the long rest.
Okay.
Shit.
Yes, anyone who needs a long rest may take it. Isn't Leo dipping into the trees?
Yes.
Understood. Skillfully having parked the wagon below a tree the day before, it seems the wagon is for the most part dry, but it does seem as though the water is starting to get onto the wagon, so it is starting to get wet. The others beginning to pack up their tents, that being Allison and Ulrich.
It covers 1 hit point. Oh, for my slap. That's right.
Yeah.
No, wait, did Arturo even know? Yeah, I slapped the shit out of Leo.
So, because of a sleep effect that had happened, everyone in the party had been slapped. That being you, Doubt, Nashia, had been slapped awake.
Leo will remember that.
Don't worry, so hold out.
He didn't hit me that hard, so he didn't even hit me.
I
Technically.
was wondering why I was missing a single hit point. Oh, should I remove this? Maybe it was a mistake on the character sheet.
Yeah. It's because, yeah, pause.
1 hit point. I took 9.
I could have argued it that a slab wouldn't constitute an unarmed strike, but I was like, you know what? It's funnier this way. Ah!
Funnier that way.
You decided that after you slapped me, which is
Yeah.
the funny thing.
Yeah, that's true. So only Doubt and Leo got the real slap. You just kind of got like the little like.
I'm going to set up the tent so we don't get wet.
Fair enough.
Actually, the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure she did get the real slap. They just had a long rest before then. I just.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, that's right. Cause you rolled. Well, no, because remember he rolled the D2.
Yeah, I didn't. We didn't do the unarmed strike, but we did still
Yeah.
do a D2 damage.
And then we did the unarmed strike to Doubt, and then
The others,
Leo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after packing up, did anyone decide to set up their tent as a way of blocking out the rain?
I did.
I sure did. Yeah.
Well, with your newfound companion on board and the others having got on as well. I knew that was coming.
What?
Leo purposely moves to the front
Oh.
amongst the fact that the vampire has gotten in the rear. She would have made an offer to sit in the front so that the cat may sit in the back under the guise of the tent.
God damn.
Leo, you're such a big baby. You know that?
Listen, vampires aren't real, but if they were, I'm not gonna be the first to get bit.
She's already bitten some of us.
Well, like when she goes feral.
What?
That's why we let her bite us for.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't go.
I don't know.
I don't even need to ask if we are traveling the full distance, but I will ask anyway.
Yes.
Get me out of here!
32 miles from Ely. It's a little over a day's travel.
How much do we travel a day? 24? Yeah.
24.
Surely the wind is coming from this direction, right?
It is not heavy wind anymore,
Fuck.
so that does not help.
What are we in a ship?
Well, yeah, it did actually help yesterday. We got an extra 3
So
miles.
there was a tense, yeah. So with the heavy wind, if it's blowing from the right direction, it can actually assist in pushing the cart forward if it's from the right direction. Kind of gives it a little lighter weight for the horses, allowing them to travel just a bit faster.
We should totally put a sail on this thing.
That's
That
what we
was already
said. Mhm.
That's the funny part. As you all travel and you breach into the trees again, you notice that there is a band of people coming up from Eelray. Or coming from behind you, actually. It seems as though they may have been traveling in the night. They seem to all be on horseback. Kind of rushing past you, there's about 30 to 50 men on horses, all rushing well past you in a haste. It seems they are very armed soldiers coming
Just
somewhere north.
Doubt your shout Scaramouche chasms.
Wait, are they going past us from north to south or south to north? Oh,
Or north to south.
okay.
Roll me.
Persuasion?
D20.
Okay.
Just a D20.
The D20.
Not really persuading them in anything, but more or less see if they acknowledge your existence. You watch as 3 men kind of stop and halt quickly as the others continue on their journey. One of them appearing to be more of a leader of sorts, their armor being of different color and symbolisms, as well as some letters written out. What was that?
Heading towards the Caribouche Chasms?
In that direction, yes. Why?
I was just wondering. Good luck. Here, it's rough over there.
Precisely why we're heading there in a rush. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Stay alive.
Good
We'll
luck.
see you soon.
See you
Any
soon.
of you are fighters. They are paying.
Yep, we're coming.
Yes, we're heading that way.
I'll pray for you.
As they continue on their way, speeding past
Just love it. Okay, stay alive. See you soon.
you. As you kind of inspected them a bit, you can see that their horses, as well as the men, seem tired. Seems as though they've been traveling day and night, almost without stop.
They're going to kill themselves before they get there.
Continue a bit further into your journey. You are left just a
Can we?
little ways away.
Is it possible to push the horses 7 miles? Or would it be like? Nah, we'll just sleep. Well, yeah, because I don't know where to measure to. If we measure to here, if we actually measure to the middle of the town, because obviously, you know, the town isn't 6 miles from here to here. So,
It's typically probably to the middle of the town.
yeah, so we still have 12 miles left. We're not going to be able to push, though.
Yeah, it's good bet.
I presume this time you were looking for a space, maybe a little bit further into the woods or by the road again.
I was going to say, just, you know,
Well, to the left would be by the road. It would be about the only place you could go deep enough.
oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, either way.
I wouldn't mind a little lake,
Forest or
little
by the road.
lakeside. Well, that's
Lakeside?
technically oceanside.
I'm gonna drown again.
Oh, God.
We'll say you found a location via the ocean. Sure.
Ooh, this one's...
Just check something.
Oh, this isn't... That's kind of new.
This is our
Uh,
old one.
Yeah.
This is an old
a
one.
while.
I almost drowned over here.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been really camping near water, so you haven't been able to use this one.
Yeah. That's why I said lakeside, because I was like, this map exists, I want to use it.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take last.
Leo doesn't want to fucking do shit.
God damn it, Leo.
Meh.
Did he just baa like a sheep?
I need to
It's not
You
good.
did.
you, and you.
Leo's a sheep.
So it's Doubt, Raylith, and Ashia.
What the fuck?
Alright, good night, Doubt. Good luck. If you know what that is, Otter, that's,
That's my Wheel of
the
Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Oh yeah, the
The
wheel.
Wheel of Destiny.
Alex is getting the fucking tip.
It allows me to.
Wait,
pick
where's
people
Vampire
without
Lady?
Having, it's right here.
He's gonna...
Oh my god, this was the area where we got like ambushed by
Yeah,
Right.
because they came from
Oh.
over... They came from over here.
uh-huh.
You don't really have the preparations that I do, so... He's gonna point at the tent.
If I take your tent again, you know you're going to get soaked.
Be fine. He's in his winter